So thank you everyone for coming to visit this Spirit Week celebration of the 1-year anniversary of Timberwolf Garden. It was 1 year ago that I stood here with you and dedicated a fledgling garden to SECA's campus. At the time, the boxes had just been built and the first generation of crops had barely germinated in the soil. 1 year later, I returned to this beautiful setting to talk about what's happened since then and what's to come for Timberwolf Garden. At the beginning of the 2015-2016 school year, when I proposed the idea of a garden to then President Leo Naval, he replied emphatically, "Let's do it." That spirit has continued in one form or another throughout this process, with many students filling in to do their part. Now the story continues with new exciting things awaiting our campus. Timberwolf Garden is currently under expansion. Behind me is a new section with 4 new planter boxes underway and a patio. So that's 262 more square feet of growing capacity and 308 square feet of seating area. This means more fresh produce for SECA and a place for students to study, eat lunch, play chess, or just relax. Beyond that will be a 1,000 square foot meadow with clover, wildflowers. It will be a natural sanctuary for students and animals alike. Surrounding the meadow are stumps from the old pine tree that was cut down exactly 1 year ago. Starting next spring, many of you will see birds in the meadow that you have never seen here before. To accomplish all this takes a lot of planning and work. Just like last year when I called on physics club members and members of the student body, they answered the call. As soon as I told them that we were making a new garden, they grabbed a shovel and got to work. Despite the dust, the heat, and the risk of getting their back-to-school clothes dirty. These are my people, and I couldn't be more proud. We plowed the land and moved massive quantities of dirt. We sorted through weeds, rocks, bricks, and rubble. We spent days pounding away at a huge 100-year-old cement foundation, which lies ominously just below the surface, right here. Remember that, Gilbert? Yeah. We couldn't even get through it, right? We just had to bury it. We moved heavy stumps and carefully graded the land. These were tasks not just of manual labor, but of measurement, engineering, and geometry. Working in the garden has made me more in tune with nature, the weather, and the changing of the seasons. When you lie on the ground for hundreds of hours, you notice things you wouldn't have otherwise. I noticed the shadows creeping across the boxes, hanging around longer by the day. I noticed the first dew in August, and I have borne witness to ant wars, squirrel burglars, and hummingbird flyovers. The surreal image of all the trees swaying violently in the storms of El Nino. You could see them all over the place, shaking like they were going to fall over. It's still etched upon my mind. I look forward to new memories and journeys as we finish this patio and build the boxes. Stockton Unified Facilities has agreed to build a walkway that connects the gym to the office, which will pass right by Timberwolf Garden. Mr. Tom is working on getting new benches and tables for the patio. Physics Club is going to build a series of wooden benches that attach to the planter boxes. Today is day 421 of this journey, and we will continue our efforts until Timberwolf Garden is complete and our campus is beautiful. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Tareem Khan, class of 2018. You might know her for her painting of the boxes. Not the boxes, the stumps.
So for those of you who don't know, my name is Tareem. I'm a junior. And for the past year, I've been painting these stumps. I started around mid-October. So when the garden started, I saw Dr. Ayers put the stumps there, and I realized, well, it was an opportunity for me to practice my henna more, which I've been doing for the past 3 years. So I begged Dr. Ayers to let me decorate them, and he gave me a weird look and said, go ahead. So I started off by wood burning. Being the person that I am, I've never wood burned before. My fingers ended up hurting, and I almost cried. So then Dr. Ayers had the idea to use paint instead. And ever since then, I've been painting the stumps. Despite all the anger, all the tears, and all the weather changes, I'm still going to keep doing them until all of them are done and this garden is complete. So thank you for letting me do this.
So guys, today's our Physics Club meeting day, and for our meeting we're going to have a celebratory potluck. So I welcome you all to come inside. Thank you.
If you were at the last members, please.